welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing something that I've been dying to do for a long time, and that is to give my cats the royal treatment, at least one of them, and I am going to be painting his royal portrait. I feel like this is such a meme where people will take pictures of their pets and then put it on like famous figures' bodies, and I wanted to see if I could create one myself. As such, I quickly went into my photo editing software and came up with this absolute beauty, and I am going to actually transfer it to a piece of paper. I think I have this nice, I wanted it to be on a canvas, but I am apparently out and I really don't feel like running to the store to get one really quickly. I also wanted it to be on an 8x10, but for some reason that size just was not happening with my printer today. So what I've done is I have covered the back in some graphite from a pencil, and I'm going to transfer the basic shapes onto here. And then I'm going to paint it with my gouache paint that I tested recently on the channel. You can see a link to that video up here in the iCard. And yeah, that is basically my plan for today. I wanted a meme. You know, holiday season's upon us. I needed to make sure my man had something fun and exciting. Yeah, I think that's where we're going. So first things first, I am going to toss this aside, take this, and I'm going to line it up with the bottom of my sheet of paper here. And I'm just going to take a regular pencil, and I have a mechanical one here because it's nice and precise, and I'm going to go around the outsides and create the outlines of this cat-human hybrid shape. Alright, I think I have as many details as I'd like at the moment. I grabbed a bunch of tiny little detail brushes that I'm going to use since there are so many tiny details on here. I also, probably a handful of you are wondering why I didn't just, I don't know, print and frame the digital one that I made. I feel like it's not quite as exciting or satisfying to have done that as opposed to actually creating and painting something on my own, instead of relying on the printer to do all that for me. And also, I kind of think that the colors on this one are really dark, and I think I would just much rather have something a little bit brighter. I think that that's just kind of more my preference in terms of paintings go. In terms of how my paintings go, I don't even words right now. Anyway, with all that said, I think I'm gonna start mixing some colors. I might start from the eyes and kind of work my way outward. I think I want to keep his outfit blue and gold because we actually have a lot of blue and gold decor in the house, so that might work really nicely. I think the hardest part for me is going to be his fur. He's got a very like gray blue kind of fur, and I think it'll be a hot second before I mix that right kind of gray-blue color. So with all that said, I'm going to start on a hyperlapse, and we are going to get this show on the road. So let's do this. Alright, so I started off by taping down all of my edges, and I ended up deciding to start with the eyes here. The eyes weren't so harsh of a color. He has really like deep yellow eyes. They aren't very bright, so I mixed some of the orange with some of that brighter yellow. And the fur wasn't even that hard to put together either. I just kind of mixed some navy in with a regular black and a little bit of white. You can tell here that it maybe was a little bit too dark to start, but that made it kind of easy to add in some highlights. So I started going in with the black so that I could kind of see some of those original markings that I'd made underneath, and kind of blend in a really light amount of white so that I'd still be able to see where his muzzle ended and where his kind of mouth started. The pink was a mixture of a little bit of blue, a little bit of the like fuchsia mauvey pink that I have in kind of the corner of the shot here, and just a little bit of white to make it nice and simple, and then I mixed some of the original blue color in with it to add kind of like a gray shadow coming from the corners. first thing I did at the bottom was I tried using this like mustardy yellow color. I ended up deciding to switch over to a paint pen at a different point so that it would have more of a metallic gold look to it. I also mixed a little bit of that yellow in with the white so that it didn't look too pure white. I tried doing like a mix of the royal blue color and the navy to create something that was really bright but still dark enough to, I don't know, sort of blend in with the tone of the rest of the art piece. It ended up being a little bit too bright blue for my taste, and then I ended up just going over it with the navy anyway and kind of doing a layered situation. Plus I ran out of paint, and then I casually couldn't mix the same color again. You can see as it's drying, it's getting really, really bright in some places, but not in others. I used the same colors in the original photo for the metal, just like a brighter blue and a white. Now I'm just kind of adding in some extra layers to kind of cover up that super bright royal blue. Here I was trying to get a better look at the colors that were provided and ended up using my hairdryer to kind of dry things and speed things along so I could see what they'd look like when they were dry. This is me using the paint pen, and actually I was able to take a tiny paintbrush and dab it at the edge of the paint pen to paint more specifically with the gold. And I ended up making the metal down here a paw, a little cat paw. I thought it was cute and suitable. Here, yeah, I tried to go for that mustardy color again. It was maybe not the best choice. I just couldn't figure out what color I wanted the most. It also kind of looked strange because I obviously wanted to make sure the outsides were nice and crisp, which then made obviously the the edges look a little bit too dark compared to the rest of the background. But this is basically where it ended up by the end. Just some final details. Ugh, and these whiskers. Boy, oh boy. I know it doesn't seem like it to you guys, but I have been working on this for almost 3 full hours. I went pretty hardcore, I guess. Oh gosh. Oh my god, it was so labor intensive, and I hated the background color because it blended in too much with this, and I thought that maybe the fact that this was a metallic paint pen that I used for that would kind of mask it or disguise it or something, and then that didn't work. So then I went for the dark brown, and then the brown looks weird against his little gray face, and I kept thinking something was missing, and then I tried adding in all these whiskers, and oh my goodness, it was just... There's still something about it that's just off, and I cannot put my finger on it, but I think I need to tell myself that it's okay, and it's okay to stop now. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of that too much gene, and I keep trying to fix like little tiny things, specifically the whiskers. I just couldn't get them thin enough, and I even tried bringing out my Jelly Roll pens, but I think the paint, there's too many layers of paint for it to... It's not fully dried, and I didn't want to scrape anything up, but I mean, this is it. I did it. I painted my son as a handsome man of royalty, and honestly, I think from where it was to what it is now, he looks a little bit happier and a little less scared. I mean, look at that face. He's shocked, and now he looks all regal and fancy. I actually think it came out really cute, and as much time as it took, I like the way it turned out, and I'm actually very happy with it, and I hope you guys got a kick out of watching me do something this silly. So yeah, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. I put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I would love for you to be here for the next one. Thanks again, and hopefully I will see you then. Bye!